What is up, people? We're gonna turn that off. If you know what anime that's from, you're a real one. But we had to bring in the glory because Sanji-kun. We finally got the brief spoilers, and our boy Sanji's cooking up more than dishes for the Straw Hat Pirates. He's cooking up, cooking up. He's cooking up some cock, some goddamn Conqueror's Haki on this episode of Hajime. No, One Piece. And the music was from Hajime no Ippo, if you guys did not know. But Sanji has finally been mentioned in these brief spoilers, and we were lucky enough to get the brief spoilers today. And I am here to bring them to you. So before we do that, go ahead and follow the socials that you see on the screen. This is your place, your stop, your number one place to go, Edge2 Gaming / Edge2 Otaku. Because this is where we talk about all things anime, manga, and more. And it is a One Piece day. I told you the other day that after I did the live read, which was a little bit late, I'm not going to lie. Today's Wednesday. I did it the other day. We got through the live read for 1186. I made predictions. Let me go ahead and get these off the screen. I made predictions, and it seems those predictions came through. Look at the camera. There's a camera. It doesn't look. Hang on. We got to do something. We got to clean this shit up because I have been cleaning up everybody's accusations on my boy Sanji for years, and there we go. A clean screen is the way to go. Sanji has been brought up in these brief spoilers. Zoro has been brought up in these brief spoilers. Loki, Luffy have been brought up in these brief spoilers. And I just got to say, I was fucking right. I was right. I called this. Go back to the last stream, and I said my predictions for this chapter. Loki was going to tangle a little bit more with Emu. Emu is going to damage Loki. Loki's going to be out, maybe possibly push back to some ice, maybe where Gunko is. And then we're going to hear Emu have conversation with Luffy. And Luffy and Emu are going to battle, but we're also going to get Zoro and Sommers and Sanji and Killingham and Zaza and Dorian Brogy. And that is exactly what we got. So we have the chapters. Now, remember, in the descriptions, not only do I link the native Japanese speakers I listen to for the live reads, but I also link where we get the spoilers from. These come from Pew Piece 1186. The chapter's title is Ring Leader. Cover is Raiju protects a black duck with Sanji's eye. Oh, maybe this is supposed to be Renji, Sanji's sister. Protects a black duck with Sanji's eye and hairstyle from its siblings and father, who all have the Vinsmoke family eyes, hairstyle, and judge-like helmets. So another Germa 66 little cover story, because we are getting something about our boy Sanji. I digress. Let's continue. After being attacked, Emu counterattacks by firing, because remember, Luffy rockets off from where he was eating at the cafeteria and blasts Emu in the fucking face. So Emu counterattacks by firing demonic energy from both hands at Luffy and Loki. Loki is pinned to an unbreakable block of ice. When his hammer strikes the ice, it melts. So if this is an unbreakable block of ice, this is either done by the previous God of War, which was not this Loki, or Loki, and they're talking about Gunko's block of ice where Brook and them are. This is something that I brought up as Brook has given the rest of the Straw Hats his story, what happened back in the day. The only way that they could get Gunko out is by using Ragnir. They would have to either come in contact with Loki, or Loki would have to be knocked back towards them. So until we get the panel or more, the full spoilers or the TCB scans, it's still up in the air, but I think that one I got right on the head. Emu creates a talking flame on Loki's chest, then fire a massive aura sword through Loki's body, piercing the exact spot where the talking flame is. So last time that Emu attacked Loki with the sword, he ended up showing us the same move that Hawkeye Mihawk has used and pierced through Loki's shoulder right underneath his clavicle. This time he uses a flame to target somewhere on Loki and then attacks there. The name of the attack Emu uses against Loki is Stigma, demonic sword. Then we get we go into little brief panels: Zoro versus Sommers, Sanji versus Killingham. It says Sanji remembers Gaban telling him that he has the qualities of someone with Conqueror's Haki. So when Scopper Gaban was making note that Luffy had Conqueror's Haki, and then Zoro was being basically negligent. He just had all this Conqueror's Haki, but he wasn't focusing it. He had to really determine what his mindset was and really focus his Haki to be able to damage the Knights of God and to be a wing of the Pirate King. And then we saw Sanji like, me, tell me I got it. And then there was a little off screen with him and Gaban. And Chopper, Scopper, and Sanji all spent time together skywalking all the way up to the platform, to the lift, to get up to the Sun World. So this is the conversation where they had, and Gaban's like, you have the qualities of someone that has cock, but you haven't used it yet. You got to whip that motherfucker out. You got to really dig deep. Gaban tells Sanji, become a king. If you truly want Luffy to become the Pirate King, you have to figure out your Conqueror's Haki. At the end of the chapter, Luffy appears before Imu in Gear 5, and Imu says, so you finally appear, Joy Boy. It's time to fuck you up now. I've been waiting for you because I think they're brothers. But again, Loki gets pushed back, semi-defeated by Imu, check. Luffy and Imu battling, check. Checking with Zoro and Sommers, check. Checking with Sanji and Killingham, check. And Zaza and Dorian Brogy is going to be briefly mentioned. I can guarantee you by the time the full spoilers and TCP scans come out. And then Luffy says, stop calling me by another name. My name is Luffy, and I'm the man who's going to be king of the pirates. The final page features the English text, Saint Nerona Imu versus Monkey D. Luffy. End of the chapter and no break next week. So again, we will be hitting things back to back like this, from the live read to the brief spoilers. I can guarantee tomorrow full spoilers are coming out. And that means right after that, we will have the TCB scans and we will get to see more of the dialogue. More of the dialogue between our characters. See the panels, and then by Sunday we'll get the actual translation to see what changes between TCB scans and what is actually transcribed. But also remember, on this channel, this is the place where we also break down the native Japanese language. So we have native speakers breaking down all the contextual nuances of One Piece that you don't get anywhere else, and that are being mistranslated in the English and the official Shonen Jump Viz Media translation. So join on Sunday. 6 p.m. is usually when we do that. I might do a little bit earlier for the live read, but by the time we do those live reads, you have the actual context of what is meant. This week, 1187 was a little bit, or 1186 was a little bit different. Our native Japanese speaker has not finished his video yet. It's still been a couple days, so that is another chance for us to go back over the live read from last week, 1186, and give it a little bit more context before 1187 drops this Sunday. So stay with me, turn on notifications, make sure to follow. Here are your brief spoilers. There's nothing for me to really predict. We're getting everything that I said last week. Just briefly, again, Luffy attacks Imu. Imu does not wait. Imu counters attack, knocks Loki out of the way, and then that takes it to Imu and Luffy. But before that, we have to check in with Zoro, Sanji. Then we come back to Imu and Luffy. That's what this chapter is. The following chapter after this is going to be more battle, because this is talk. Now we're actually going to see probably half of that chapter is going to be Luffy and Imu fighting, if not the whole deal, because we're finally getting Gear 5 Luffy versus Imu, and I think this is Imu's actual body. I think Imu was the evil Nika that fought the god of war on Elbaf. So we have evil Nika versus good Nika. I'm Elijah 5000. This is Edge 2 Otaku on YouTube, but Edge 2 Gaming on Twitch. You can follow Edge 2 Gaming on Twitch. It distributes everywhere from Streamlabs, Facebook, Kick, YouTube. Here, the only place we have not been streaming to consistently, Patreon's been having some issues. If we have 50 subscribers on the YouTube pages, it makes it easier. We can just stream straight from Patreon. But also TikTok, there's something going on with Streamlabs still. It's not allowing us to stream from here. I'd have to do those streams separately. And right now, doing independent streams is not in the works. Work is taking up a lot of time. This stream right now is almost at 3 a.m. So you guys, there are some things that need to be worked out. Until then, follow, subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription every single fucking month. You just have to make sure to re-up it. And that's the only thing that I don't like about it, but it makes me look at different channels to go and support. At the bottom of my page, my channel, twitch.tv/Edge2Gaming, are all my friends. I go and support by giving a free Prime subscription every single month to their streams to support everything that they love and the shit that I love about their shows. You can do the same thing here for any stream that you like. That helps me bring this show to you more frequently, cover more anime, more manga, and also more podcasts. I'm Elijah 5000. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. This is 1187. I'm excited to see this battle between Luffy and Emu, but also Sanji actually ranking up, leveling up. We're finally, he has the properties is what it says here. We just need to see his ass in action. And I mean, he's been doing a good job. He's got hit by Emu. He's been taking on Killingham, Knights of God, just doing everything that in his power to be a contributing member of the Straw Hats and the big trio. So Monster Trio back in effect here on Elbaf, wrecking havoc. This chapter 1178. I will catch you for the full spoilers. Remember, follow this, share this with your friends. Put your predictions down in the comment, whether this is on Twitter, whether this is in Twitch, YouTube. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch your ass in the next one. Peace.
There's one thing to say and always keep